All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we are looking back at week 14 of this marathon buildup. This week was a good week. There was nothing really about it that was like, oh man, like this is amazing. Like, great. I feel like I had a really good workout on Wednesday, but other than that, it was a week. Like there wasn't anything glorious about it. It was a good long run. Got in 22 miles, but there was nothing about it when I got done that I was like, man, I'm feeling fit. And then other than that, it was just kind of like it was one last like moderate week before we start really tapering down. We had that really big week the week before. This week was to kind of bring everything down a little bit, kind of start recovering off of that, having just a couple of little minor workouts here and there to kind of tune up a little bit, but nothing crazy. So yeah, it was a good week. It was fine. So if we let's go and just dive right in. Let's start looking day by day how the week went. Monday it was fine. We had that big 3 hour long run in the park just a few days before that, on that Saturday. So 2 days later, on my schedule, I had a little bit of a long, like a medium-ish longer run, like 9, 10 miles, something like that, just for the volume that I was hoping to hit for the week. And woke up that morning and I was just like, you know what? Not feeling great. Probably not going to be that long today. And then started the run and I was like, no, I feel even worse than I thought I did. Today's just going to be like 6 miles and we're going to be fine with that. Because again, at this point, no matter what we do physiologically, 3 weeks out, that's about the last point where we're going to get much in the way of benefit. But at the same time, 3 weeks out, we have all of this work that we've built up and we've got all this like just stress on the body and everything. This is also the tipping point that if we try and do too much, we can start getting injured. We can start getting sick. We can start having all these things compound. And so, you know what? Because we're on that tipping point and we can get maybe a little bit more out of our training, or we can just absolutely destroy ourselves and then just not even show up to the starting line healthy. I'm going to err on the side of recovery. I'm going to err on the side of just feeling a little bit better come race day. Like that little like 1% change that might have happened if I would have pressed it and got a little bit more mileage or got a little bit harder on that workout, I'm not going to risk it. There's no reason to do that. And I feel like this is all, I'm going to bring this up because I feel like this is the point right now in a lot of people's training where they get done with this week and then they get hurt those last 2 weeks heading into the race. And everybody's just like, man, I've got the worst luck. No, you don't have the worst luck. You just pushed the envelope too far. There is a point of critical failure on your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your bones, and all these other soft tissues. And so a lot of these injuries happen because you're just pushing it just a little bit too far. Okay. So that was Monday. Tuesday, again, I just felt like I needed to recover a little bit better. So I decided to take Tuesday and cross train, jumped on the mountain bike, rode with a couple of friends. I will admit there was a couple points in the ride where they're like, hey, let's take this trail. And I'm like, I got a marathon in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Let's not take that trail because I don't want to break anything. So, there were a couple of hills and whatnot, and that was fine. Tried to stay away from some of the technical stuff, but just nice and easy. Heart rate didn't get super high. It was high enough to get the blood pumping and help get that recovery process moving, but it wasn't enough to really tire me out, and it wasn't enough to really kind of hit me and put me into a deficit. It was just enough to get the legs moving and shaking and feeling fine there. Um, let's see here. Wednesday was the workout. Wednesday, I actually really felt good after this workout. I got done with it, and I was thinking about the times, and I was like, this is actually, and I had to think back to it. I was like, oh, these are actually really good times. These are, for this marathon buildup, I was like, I don't think I've hit times quite this fast on this type of workout. Um, and the workout was 5 by 1K at 5K effort. Um, and if you've been kind of following, I did a similar workout a few weeks ago where I did 6 by 1K. Um, but I was like, okay, we're at that point now where I'm going to start kind of dropping the volume a little bit. And so still same effort, but lower volume. So at this point, we're really just kind of sharpening things up and just kind of fine tuning some of the systems in the body. Not enough to really big deficit, but just enough to tap in and make sure those systems are sharp and firing. Um, most of these like last time I did this workout, most of them were between like 5:15 and 5:20 pace. Hit this one, and there was one rep where I went and ran 5:10 pace for the 1K, and I kind of had to stop for a second and be like, huh, that actually felt really really good. And I was like, I was like, let's not go any faster than that, even if I am feeling pretty good. So yeah, I walked away from that workout and I was like, all right, I'm feeling good. Like the turnover's there. The big point and the thing that I know that I've needed to work on throughout this entire thing has been the strength and the endurance for the long runs and whatnot. So it was just nice to see that through all of this stuff and all the strength stuff, that the speed's still there. The speed is still active enough that I think it's going to make things feel better on the marathon, because if I've got the good speed, it's going to make the easier paces easier. The marathon paces feel even easier. Okay, so that was really good to get that little bit higher intensity and feel that good doing it. Because again, at no point did I feel like I was struggling. At no point did I finish a rep and hands on the knees and just panting. I got done and I was like, okay, that was good. I could have done a few more reps, which is exactly what I was hoping to do. So then we get the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, just aerobic runs, getting some volume in there, and then the big long run on Saturday. This was the last big long run. We were on the roads, went out like we've been doing. I did 2 loops, 1 loop, stopped for just like a hot second, refuel the water, grab a couple more gels, and then back on the road. Within a minute or so of stopping, and then heading out. And you know what? Those 22 miles felt fine. I got done and I was like, okay, I'm tired, I'm fatigued, but I'm not struggling. Like there's no point where I was like, oh man, I hit the wall at whatever point. It was fine. It was just a nice and easy like 7:30 pace, going about. And I know some people are like, easy 7:30, like 7:30 is fast. I'm hoping to run this marathon at like 6:20, so to be about a minute slower per mile. Felt really comfortable and it felt good. And I was kind of really focused on this as being one last opportunity to dial in the nutrition, see how much water I can handle, see how many gels I can handle. And I felt pretty good. I think one gel every 35 to 40 minutes is going to be pretty optimal. My stomach can handle it pretty well. I'm using honey stingers, so that's been a little bit gentler on the stomach than maybe like a goo or something thicker. Water. I've been taking just like straight water. I'll probably try and take whatever electrolyte they have on course, which I believe is noon. I'll grab a few of those along the way, not every time, but I'll kind of focus more on water with the gels that I'm planning on doing. And then and other than that, I'm feeling good. It seems about 400 milliliters of water An hour was about what I was consuming, and that felt fine. So I'm going to try and mimic about the same of that. So may not take water at every aid station, but I will be taking water at most aid stations, and I think that should be about what I'm looking for there. And then Sunday was just an easy run, just getting some legs or some miles under the legs, shaking the legs out from the day before. Felt fine, not a big deal. I was tired, but what do you expect after a 2 hour and 45-minute long run? But yeah, legs felt good. No aches or pains or anything like that. Just a little sleepy. So okay, so that was the week. Let's break it down to the final three, real quick here. The good, feeling fine. I recovered better this week than I was expecting to. I thought, I'd be a little bit more fatigued this week than I was. So that was really, really good. The bad, I didn't. I was because of how I was feeling, because I was a little bit tired and a little bit fatigued. The mileage wasn't quite at what I was hoping to be, but that's not a big deal at this point. We're close enough to the marathon; it's not going to be that big of an issue. So other than that, I was like 5 miles shy of what I was shooting for. Not a big deal. And then the goal for next week, really the goal for the week before race week is just to recover. Make sure that I eat well, make sure I'm hydrating well, make sure I'm foam rolling, make sure I'm doing all the things that I need to do to feel good going into that last week. Make sure I don't do anything stupid, make sure I don't get hurt. And a lot of this is going to kind of ride on my work schedule. So to kind of back up a little bit, this week I had my first few days back on campus. We weren't teaching yet. They were just like professional development days, teacher work days. So I didn't have students or anything like that. So that'll start next week. And I know my body and how it like schedules and things of those sorts. It's going to be a big thing for me to find that rhythm again. And I think I bet you I'm going to struggle early in the week. I'm going to struggle early in the week as I find that schedule, that eating habit, that hydration routine, all that type of stuff, especially being in a classroom with students, being masked. Like I can't just snack as I normally would. I have to be a little bit more cognitive of when I can eat, where I can eat, when I can have the mask or when I have to have the mask on, when I can take it off, all that type of stuff. So that's really the goal next week, is to really focus and dial in on getting back in that sleep routine, getting back in that eating routine, that hydration routine, and again, just getting all that stuff going. So, all right, that's all I got for this week. Hopefully that was a nice little look at this build up here so far. We got 2 weeks left. We are very close, and I am both super excited and a little bit worried at the same time. We'll see how this goes. So until next time, happy running, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.